Yes,
Class
sir.
B. Okay. Question number 56. Anna, you also did this recently. Amrital. Weak base. Weak base PKB this. X ml of this HCl strong acid and Y ml of this weak base are mixed to 100 ml buffer at pH this of this. What is the value of X and Y? Right? Log 2 value is given, log 3 value, log 5 value is given. First thing, you have PKB value. Whenever you have weak base, formula is POH is equal to PKB plus log salt by base. Got it? This is the formula. Based on the POH, you can calculate pH because pH of the buffer is given this 9. Right? So if pH is 9, we know pH plus POH. Total is 14. So what will be POH value?
5.
Mridul. So we have POH value, we have PKB value, we have weak base. Weak base molarity is this, correct? So based on that, can you calculate what will be the value? In this case, how to do? You know, HCl is reacting with base. HCl is reacting with base. It is written key. X ml of HCl will react with Y ml of weak base. So when HCl react with the base, what will happen? Base will accept as positive ion and become BH and Cl negative. Any doubt, Mridul?
No, sir.
So this is 0.02 molarity, just 0.02 molarity. This will be 0.0. Correct? Normal reaction at time t0. Right? When no product is formed. After and their amount is X and Y. After some time, finally, all this HCl will be utilized. सारा HCl यूज हो जाएगा तो ये बन जाएगा 0. प्रोडक्ट बनेगा तो प्रोडक्ट है 0.02x एंड रिएक्टेंट कम होगा सो 0.02y minus 0.02x. End out. Why? Because सारा HCl यूटिलाइज हो जाएगा मतलब 0.02x यूटिलाइज हो जाएगा. Complete HCl will be utilized. It means 0.02x utilized. That's why it is utilized from reactant. It is reduced in product. It is formed. Right? And कोई doubt? So if you don't have any doubt, I will write in the bottom. This one. So, मृदुल क्वेश्चन नंबर क्या था?
56th question, sir.
56. So 56 में in this question ये दिया है कि HCl react with the base and when it react with the base it will become this and Cl negative will form. Correct? So जब ये होता है तो यहाँ पे स्टार्टिंग में इसकी वैल्यू थी 0.02 मोलैरिटी एंड वॉल्यूम था x. So this is number of moles of HCl. Number of moles of B is 0.02 molarity is given and volume is this. This is 0, 0 at time 0. After some time when reaction will proceed, what will happen? HCl will be used completely. So it will become 0. Base will reduce. Base was 0.02y. अब वो reduce हो गया तो कितना रह गया? 0.02y. How much product is from 0.0x? Any doubt, Mridul? यहाँ
No,
तक कोई
sir.
डाउट? चंदना?
No, sir.
अन्विता?
So sorry. I asked that I slept off. I was not feeling well.
Now you are okay?
Yeah.
अन्विता,
Well,
अब तुम आ गई हो सीनियर कैटेगरी में. ठीक है. तो सीनियर कैटेगरी की होने की वजह से वी आर डूइंग जेई क्वेश्चन ऑफ केमिस्ट्री. ठीक है.
oh,
सो यू हैव टू नोट डाउन एवरीथिंग व्हाट आई एक्सप्लेन एंड आई विल
oh,
क्विकली रिवाइज आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम आल्सो. ठीक
okay.
है. हाँ. हाँ. तो मृदुल, यहाँ तक कोई डाउट नहीं है ना?
No, sir.
अगर हम लेते हैं एसिड, फॉर एसिड हाउ टू कैलकुलेट पीएच? पीएच इज इक्वल टू पीकेए प्लस log salt concentration by acid concentration. And for base हम निकालते हैं POH which is PKB log salt concentration by base. इसको बोलते हैं हम acidic buffer solution. This is acidic buffer solution and this is known as basic buffer solution. What is the rule for acidic buffer solution? हम बोलते हैं कि in acidic buffer solution we should have weak acid and here we should have weak base. Okay. Any doubt? We are applying second equation in given question. तो अगर हम इसको अप्लाई करेंगे, क्वेश्चन में दिया था पीएच की वैल्यू कितनी थी मृदुल? 9 आई गेस. एंड मैंने मेंशन किया था पीएच एंड पीओएच ऑलवेज नंबर इज 14. तो व्हाट विल बी पीओएच वैल्यू? तो व्हाट इज पीओएच वैल्यू? 5 इक्वल टू व्हाट इज पीकेबी वैल्यू? पीकेबी वैल्यू देखेंगे इन द गिवन क्वेश्चन. our pkb value is 5.699, almost 5.7 है ना, almost 5.7. 5.7. So this is 5.7 plus log salt by base. This will come to this side. तो यहाँ पे ये कितना हो जाएगा? माइनस log salt by base will be equal to 5 will go to another side, it will become 0.7. Correct? Any doubt? What is the volume of the buffer solution? V is 100 ml given in the question. V is 100 ml given in the question. So if we use this, then total X amount volume divide by X amount after some time. This is the final base. See, what is X salt? What is this final base? What is this value? 1 by 5. Because 0.02 it was given. If you do cross multiply, 5x is equal to y minus x. It will be 6x is equal to y. X is equal to y by 6. Correct? And 7x is equal to 100. Now you will ask, sir, ये क्या हो गया? 7x is equal to 100. How? Because 100 ml total is given. Total is 100 ml. It's like if this is 6 and this is 1. What is the total amount? 7. Correct? What is the total amount? 7. Because y value is equal to 6x. And if you add x plus y, total amount is 100. And y value is equal to 6x. Total will be 7x is equal to 100. Right? So what will be x value? 100 by 7. What will be y value? Y value is 6 times of x, which is equal to 600 by 7. Correct? Same answer is given here. You understood this well or not? समझ में आया मजदूर?
सर एक बार फिर से बता दो।
हाँ, कहाँ पे डाउट आ रहा है बरिंदर?
सर लास्ट में जो आपने बताया।
मुझे लगता है व्हाट आई फील कि यहाँ तक कोई डाउट नहीं है, राइट?
यस
ये
सर।
कैसे है? यही डाउट है?
यस सर।
करेक्ट। तो X amount is the amount of HCl which will form salt, and Y minus X is the amount of base, salt by base. This was 0.02. तो 0.02 को अगर हम वो करेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा 0.2 था ना, तो ये आ जाएगा लाइक 20 by 100 और 1 by 5. एनी डाउट या अभी भी कंफ्यूजन है वरिंदर?
नो डाउट सर।
मजदूर?
समझ आ गया सर, ये जो भी आपने कराया था सर अभी।
हाँ, बट अब इसको और क्लैरिटी के लिए हम एक बार पहले तो बफर सॉल्यूशन पढ़ेंगे जो हमने कल किया था, और जल्दी से क्विकली रिवाइज कर लेते हैं आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम पूरा ही, क्योंकि हमने नीट में कल ही पढ़ा था ये टॉपिक। यहाँ से स्टार्ट करते बफर सॉल्यूशन, फिर
So,
हेलो
so,
यस
these are the short notes which we have to make. You told no, you like do the whole
क्वेश्चन
chapter.
एक्सप्लेनेशन, not notes of this. I will just quickly revise the same thing what we did yesterday. So guys, buffer solution means pH almost remains same. If you try to add acid small amount, base, pH will remain same. Okay, it does not depend upon the volume. Even if you add volume like water, buffer solution pH will remain same. Okay, you try to dilute the solution, pH will remain same. Buffer solution are two types: simple buffer solution and mixed buffer solution. Simple buffer solution where you have weak acid and weak base, weak acid and weak base. So that will be the buffer, simple buffer solution. In this case, it does not depend upon the concentration. This value will discuss again. Acidic buffer solution means where you have weak acid and its conjugated base. You know weak acid have strong conjugated base, and weak base have strong conjugated acid. This is the rule, correct? If you have example, this is weak acid, CH3COH. Its conjugated base will be strong. If you have strong acid, its base will be weak. As simple as that. Okay. So we took example of this, and what we'll come to know, if you try to add acid in this, base in this, more or less, overall value of pH will remain same. Done. If you try to calculate pH in case of weak acid or acidic buffer, remember our topic name is acidic buffer. This is acidic buffer solution. So you have weak acid. Due to weak acid, you are using acidic nature pK. If you take base, then it will be pK. Correct? So pH value will be equal to pK log salt by acid. Correct? Here are few example. If concentration of CH3COH and this value is 1:10, then whole this thing will be 10 and log 10 value is equal to 1. समझ आ रहा है मृदुल? मृदुल, हेलो. अच्छा, कितनी देर पहले वो किया था? कितने देर पहले लीव हुआ था? मतलब नहीं, अभी लीव कितनी देर पहले किया था? क्योंकि मैं ये टॉपिक समझा रहा था बफर सॉल्यूशन, तो इसलिए मैं पूछ भी रहा था. ठीक है, तो जल्दी से इसको ज्वाइन करो. ओके. तो चंदना, वरिंदर, Prachi and Anvita, is it getting easy for you, this revision?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Chandana, we will do JE paper in coming 10 days, full chemistry JE paper. So I want you to do well the JE paper also. Okay?
Okay.
We'll do lot of JE question. मृदुल, आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So ये यहाँ तक समझ में आया कोई डाउट? If we take CH3COH 10, so this will be like 10 by 1, log 10 value is equal to 1. If you take 10:1, it means COOH will be 10, this will be 1. Log 1 by 10 is equal to -1. Correct? So pH usually range lie between pH plus minus 1 along with the pK. If both are equal, then it will be same. Any doubt? Because log 1 value is 0. Just like how you have acidic buffer solution, you have same way basic buffer solution with weak base. With weak base. Formula same way, POH is equal to pKb log salt by base. Salt by base. And for acid, it was pKa and salt by acid. Comparison. Comparison. Same all the situation. If you take salt by base, what will be the value? Exactly same way. If both equal, log 1 value will be 0. Last topic in this is buffer capacity. Buffer capacity means how many moles of strong acid or strong base, you need to add in 1 liter of buffer solution. So pH change by 1, correct? If buffer capacity value is more, it means it will resist more and pH will try to remain same. pH will try to remain same. This is the formula of buffer capacity. Number of moles of acid or base per liter divided by change in the pH. Divide by change in the. So buffer solution is done. Anybody have doubt? Mirdul,
No, sir.
Chandana,
No, sir.
Anvita, Anvita,
हाँ sir.
without,
नहीं.
and Varinder,
No, sir.
Prachi.
No doubt, sir.
Now we are revising from the start.
ये
Equilibrium.
लिखना तो नहीं है ना?
नहीं लिखना नहीं. Ionic equilibrium is applicable only for the reversible reaction. For irreversible, you can't apply. It can happen in the closed container because if you have open container, in open container there will be irreversible reaction. Irreversible reaction means equilibrium cannot happen. And ionic equilibrium applied only to the weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte we don't have any use. You know electrolyte are two types. Strong electrolyte where 100% dissociation. Weak electrolyte means dissociation is less than 100%. Okay, Arrhenius concept. You know, whenever we'll read about the Arrhenius concept, acid will release H positive ion and base will release OH negative ion. Correct? Overall, solution will remain electrically neutral. Okay. And whenever you calculate ionization constant, you know product by reactant. Product by reactant. Correct? So, difference between acid and base. According to Arrhenius, acid give H positive in water, base give OH negative in water. Base is bitter in taste, sour in taste. Base become blue, it become red. Remember one another thing is opposite. Remember base. Base is bitter in taste and blue in color. Base is bitter in taste, blue in color. We already know base give OH negative ion. Base pH is more than 7. Base accept H positive ion in any medium like ammonia. Ammonia accept H positive ion and become ammonium ion. Acid will donate proton. Lewis concept, base will donate the electron opposite to H positive ion and Lewis acid accept electron. Example, aluminum chloride or barium chloride are acid because they have shortage of octet rule. Correct? And in base you have extra lone pair. Extra lone pair can be donated. In case of all the acid, Arrhenius acid, all Arrhenius acid are Bronsted acid because Arrhenius acid means H positive ion release in water. Bronsted acid means H positive ion release in any medium. So you can say Bronsted acid is umbrella term, and one of the type of Bronsted acid is Arrhenius acid. That's why all Arrhenius acid are Bronsted acid. And all Bronsted base that accept H positive ion, they also donate electron, so they are Lewis base. Okay. Yes. You know, whenever you have acid and it release H positive ion, remaining component will be known as conjugated base. Correct? Acid release H positive ion, remaining thing is conjugated base. If base accept H positive ion, it will become conjugated acid. Correct? So Remember, acid form conjugated base and base form conjugated acid. Now, we use same concept in the buffer solution. Weak acid have strong conjugated base, and ulta is also apply. Strong acid have weak conjugated. Anybody have doubt in this side?
No, sir.
All of you. Everybody answered. So I can proceed further. Any doubt you can ask again.
No,
No, sir.
Okay. 3 people answered. 2 people left. Varinder Pratigya. No. Varinder Anvita. Sorry.
Sir. You asked
Any
some.
doubt?
No.
So next topic is Ostward dilution law. Ostward dilution law is like if you have weak electrolyte, remember, full ionic equilibrium is applied only to the weak electrolyte. And here we apply law of mass action. In weak electrolyte, if you increase dilution, then degree of dissociation will increase. Correct? At infinite dilution, degree of dissociation is maximum. Same thing you applied in electrochemistry. If you remember, we used to have this molar conductivity. At infinite dilution, you have maximum molar conductivity, right? At infinite dilution when dissociation is maximum. If you take any reaction, A, B salt break down into A positive and B negative ion. So initial concentration, let's take 0 and product is not formed yet. At equilibrium, your some product will form and reactant will reduce. If you calculate ionization constant, product by reactant, if you take, then your ionization constant value will be C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. And if alpha value is very less than 5%, less than 5%, then you can ignore 1 by alpha and you can consider as 1. Got it? So it will be equal to K is equal to C alpha square. Alpha will be equal to K by C. Alpha will be equal to K by. Okay. It means alpha, your degree of dissociation, how your salt or acid or base will dissociate depend upon the concentration inversely. Correct? And you know concentration and dilution are opposite to each other. So alpha is directly proportional to dilution. It means more the dilution, more will be the alpha, more dissociation. Anybody have doubt in this?
No, sir.
Read this carefully again because we have so many application of this postword dilution law in your full chapter of any equilibrium. So read this again and ask your question. In the full chapter, we have application of same thing minimum 10 times. So make sure you read 2 times. Done? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, 2, 3,
Yes, sir.
4. Okay. So next. Mono basic weak acid. It means only one H positive ion is released and you have acid. When you break this, what will happen? H positive and some ion, negative ion will be produced. Concentration of H positive ion is C alpha. Alpha value is Ka under root C. We wrote in the last topic, correct? It means your H positive value will be equal to Ka multiplied by concentration under root, correct? Because we know alpha is equal to this. Okay. You also know pH is equal to minus log H positive. We know H positive value is Ka multiplied by concentration, and because it was under root, that's why I wrote 1 by 2. Whatever is the power in the log, it will come into multiply, correct? You have log A and log C. Why? You know log A into B is equal to log A plus log B. So if you take minus log A will be equal to pKa, and minus log C will remain same. Okay. So pH is equal to half pKa minus half log C. Anybody have question? This we wrote like if you have H positive minus log, then it will become pH. Kb minus log pKb. Ka minus log pKa. Okay. Exactly same thing in monoacidic weak base. Base that produce only one OH negative ion. You take, in this case, your OH negative ion concentration will be same, C alpha. Then OH negative concentration will be exactly same, Kb into concentration under root. Remember for acid, it was Ka multiplied by concentration. Only instead of Ka, you have Kb here. Everything else is same. So this is OH concentration. POH, if you calculate same way, that's why everything about the POH is exactly same. Half pKb minus log C. So this revision is really important. For acid, you have H positive concentration as Ka multiplied by C under root. Okay. And pH value was equal to half pKa minus log C. For base, your OH negative concentration will be Kb into C. Instead of K, you are having Kb, and POH is like same half P Kb minus log C minus log C. Any doubt? Just
Good.
revision. What are the factors that affect the alpha degree of dissociation? If you increase temperature, more dissociation for endothermic reaction. If you increase dilution, alpha increase. Why? Alpha inversely proportional to concentration, directly proportional to volume or dilution. For strong electrolyte, alpha value is 1, weak electrolyte less than 1. Nature of solvent will also decide the pH value or alpha value, because if dielectric constant is more, then alpha will be more. Dielectric constant more, alpha more. Next, common ion effect. Common ion means in weak electrolyte, if you have common ion, what will be impact on the alpha? The simplest answer is alpha will reduce. Simplest answer is alpha will reduce. Why? You have weak acid CH3COH and strong salt conjugated base, you know. So common ion is CH3CO90. Its concentration will increase, H positive concentration decrease. And you know, when H positive concentration decrease, then alpha will also decrease. Understood? Any doubt? So common ion effect reduce degree of dissociation, because acetate ion concentration increase, H positive ion decrease. H positive decrease means alpha decrease. Okay. Odd ion effect. In odd ion effect, alpha will increase. How? Example, you have CH3COH and NaOH. You have no common ion, but H2O concentration is increasing. If more H2O, it means more dilution, more alpha. Correct? More dilution, more alpha. Any doubt? Anybody have question from this topic? Factor affecting common ion effect, odd ion effect. Common ion decrease
Or a
alpha.
common ion effect.
Yes. Common ion effect we are saying कि अगर हम common ion लेंगे then in common ion concentration will increase. So H positive concentration decrease. We know H positive is equal to C alpha. It means H positive concentration directly proportional to alpha. Less alpha, less H positive ion. Less H positive ion, less alpha. Any doubt?
No, sir.
So common ion effect will reduce alpha value. Odd ion effect because more water, and you know more dilution, more alpha. More dilution, more alpha. Anybody have issue? All of you?
No,
No,
sir. No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Remember, we are doing revision. If you don't know the topic, I can't explain here. If you feel कि sir I have no idea about any particular thing, let me know. Log you already know. This is the simplest version ki how to understand log ki log 10 value will be equal to 1, log 1 value will be equal to 0 and all these value. But most of time log value is given in the exam. So don't worry. For water, molarity is 55 mole. Why? Because you take 1 liter is equal to 1 kg or 1000 gram, and you take molar mass as 18, so 1000 by 18 will be 55 mole. Correct? Density 1 gram per cc. Ionic product, if you break H2O, it will break into H positive and OH negative. We know whenever you take water ionization constant, it is simply H positive ion and OH negative ion, which is equal to 10 raised to power minus 40 at 25 degrees. Temperature is extremely important. As positive concentration this, OH negative concentration exactly same. And for endothermic, if you increase temperature, Kw increase. This is the concept of chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium says that if you have endothermic reaction and you increase temperature, then your K value will also increase. For exothermic reaction, it is ulta. You increase temperature, K value will decrease. K value will decrease. Any doubt? This is the concept of chemical equilibrium. Degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation you can calculate. What is the concentration of particular thing? Concentration of water, then you will get value. Ka, Kb. K means dissociation constant. A stand for acid, B stand for base. Correct? So how to calculate Ka, Kb value? H positive OH negative concentration, which is equal to 10 raised to power minus 14, divided by H2O concentration is equal to B. This question can be asked in the numerical form. What will be Ka or Kb value in case of water? You know formula. Put values. H positive concentration 10 raised to power minus 7 and H2O concentration 55.5. You will get answer. Right? This pH scale given by Sorensen. So Sorensen scale. pH minus is equal to this or log 1 by 4. Same pOH minus OH negative concentration. Right? You already know about this rule. Degree of dissociation of water we already did. This is very, very, very popular and very basic, extremely basic concept. When you break water into ion, then H positive concentration is equal to C alpha, OH negative concentration C alpha. At equilibrium, water will reduce this. For strong electrolyte, alpha value 1. For weak electrolyte, less than 1. That's why in case of water, value of alpha is very, very less. That's why it is weak electrolyte. Correct? How do we know? We know H positive is equal to C alpha. Your H positive value is equal to 10 raised to power minus 7. C value is 55.5. If you calculate value, it is very negative. Very negative means very weak electrolyte. As simple as that. If alpha value 1, strong electrolyte. Correct? If you take ionization constant and multiply with H2O, you get ionization constant of water. Ionization constant of water. Mridul, why Kw is greater than K? Without exception, Kw value is always greater than K. Why? Mridul,
Yes, sir.
why Kw value is always greater than K without exception? Because you are multiplying K with 55.5. Correct? So logically we can say कि Kw is greater than K. Why? Because you are multiplying with number bigger than 1. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Next. Kw is equal to K into H2O concentration. H2O concentration is fixed. In chemical equilibrium, we studied pure liquid and pure solid concentration is fixed, the average. So Kw value will be equal to H positive and OH negative concentration. We know H positive and OH negative concentration is exactly same. That's why you can write in this form or this form. Correct? For water only. Correct? Both are same. And if you take minus log both side, so minus log of Kw will become pKw, minus log of H positive will become pH, minus log of OH negative will become pOH. And I just wrote this pH plus pOH is equal to 14 for buffer solution. Same equation I wrote. Correct? Exactly same equation I wrote. Why? Because pKw value is 14. That's why pH plus pOH is always equal to 14, but only at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. If you change temperature, value will also change. Remember, you will be confused sometime. Sir, what is this pH and H positive? pKa or Ka? pKb or Kb? Remember, whenever you have any P in front of anything, pH, pOH, pKa, pKb, pKw, whenever you have P in front of anything, these value will be given in number between 1 to 14. And if you use H positive, OH negative, Ka, Kb, Kw, those value will be in the power 10 raised to power this. Understood? Understood? Anybody have doubt?
No, sir.
Or this? Hmm. All these value you have in the organic chemistry also. Whenever you want to compare the strength of acid or strength of base, you always use pKa or pKb. That's why you use example, if you have any strong acid, then Ka value will be more. If Ka value more, then pKa value will be less. And ulta for the base, if acid is strong, then base will be weak. So Kb value will decrease. Correct? In strong base, ulta. Then in case of water, if it is an endothermic process and you increase temperature, you know when you increase temperature, degree of dissociation will increase. Degree of dissociation increase, H positive increase. Why? Because H positive concentration is equal to C alpha. Increase in alpha, H positive will also increase. If H positive increase, OH negative concentration is also equal to C alpha. If alpha increase, OH negative increase. Correct? If H positive increase, then KW will overall increase. Correct? KW increase. Why? Because Ka value will increase, Kb value will increase. That's why KW overall increase. pH and pOH will decrease, but water will overall remain neutral. So, question will be asked, what is the impact of increasing temperature? pH and pOH decrease overall, but water is still neutral. Example, water pH is 6 at 50 degrees Celsius. What should be its nature, Chandana? Acid, base, or neutral?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
pH of water is 6 at 50 degrees Celsius. Is it acid, base, or neutral?
The pH of water.
Yes, pH of water is 6 at 50 degrees Celsius temperature.
Neutral.
Neutral. Mridul,
Yes, sir.
acid, base, or neutral?
Slightly acidic होनी चाहिए सर.
Slightly acidic. Barinder,
Yes,
this
sir.
will this will be neutral. Why? Because at 25 degrees Celsius, if anybody tell you ki at 25 degrees Celsius, if anybody tell you ki pH is 6, you will say ki slightly acidic. Correct? But now temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Because of rise in temperature, pH will decrease. Usually at pH 7, water is neutral. Correct? At 25 degrees Celsius. Now at 50 degrees Celsius, pH will reduce. Even at pH 6, it will be neutral. Understood, Mridul?
Yes, sir.
This is the same concept. Ki increase in the temperature will decrease your pH and pOH, but water is still neutral. Because both amount, pH and pOH amount is still same. Okay, what will be the benefit? Example, in this case, pH value will be 6, pOH value will be 6, total value will be 12 now, not 14 now, only 12. So everything will change like this. We'll discuss this topic. Weak acid have strong conjugated base, weak base have strong conjugated acid. Correct? Correct. And if you calculate Ka is equal to K into H2O, Kb is equal to K into H2O. But Anvita, for pure liquid and pure solid, what is the active mass?
So can you repeat for pure liquid and
Pure solid, what is the active mass?
not sure.
1. In chemical equilibrium, we have studied this. For pure liquid and solid, active mass is always 1. And H2O is a pure liquid, that's why their value remain constant. Value remain constant. Okay. We already said Ka into Kb is equal to Kw, also equal to H positive and OH negative. Ka into Kb is equal to Kw, which is equal to 10 raised to power minus 14. pKa and pKb is equal to pKw, which is equal to 14. Remember, whenever you have p prefix, whenever you have word p prefix, number will be between 1 to 14. And whenever you have normal Ka, Kb, Kw, then you will have power. Any doubt? So pKw value is 14, but Kw value is minus 14. But only at this temperature. If you increase temperature, pKw value will decrease. At higher temperature, pKw value will decrease. Next is, if you have acid and base mixture, what is the impact on the overall pH? If you have more acid, then value will be less than 7. More base, value will be more than 7. More acid, less than 7. Sorry. This is the very basic thing. 4, if you have more acid, then pH will be less than 7. If you have more base, then pH will be more than 7. And if acid and base amount is exactly same, then pH will be 7, neutral. Right? Same thing here. For if you have only strong acid, then you will add their equivalent mole. Correct? So, Chandana, what is the formula of normality? What is the formula of normality?
So gram equivalent
Uh,
divided by
uh, Normality is equal to gram equivalent divided by volume of the solution, right? In liter. Gram equivalent divided by volume of the solution in liter. Correct? Because it is acid, so normality will be represented by H positive concentration. If it is base, normality will be represented by OH negative concentration. If acid is more than base, then you know solution will be acidic, and net overall gram equivalent of any solution will be equal to acid minus base. Correct? And NV is representing you gram equivalent. Remember, if you already know this topic, only then you will enjoy and you will see that it is a quick revision. Otherwise, you will realize that, sir, this is like we are simply reading nothing else. It won't be beneficial. Continue with this. If base is more than acid, definitely overall solution is base. If overall solution is base, OH negative will decide the concentration. It will be base minus acid. If both are equal, solution will be neutral. Correct? Solution will be neutral. Any doubt?
no, sir.
Example, in this question, you have 2 mole of H2SO4 and 1 mole of HNO3 in this liter of solution. So if you apply formula N1V1 is equal to N2V2, why? Because H2SO4 is a strong acid. HNO3 is also strong acid. correct? And how to calculate this normality? N factor multiply by molarity is equal to normality, correct? Same way, gram equivalent equal to valency factor multiply by number of mole. Here you have 2 mole of H2SO4 and valency factor of H2SO4 is 2. So what will be gram equivalent? 4. 4 HNO3. Number of mole is 1 and valency factor is 1. So what is the gram equivalent of HNO3? 1. Correct? 1. So what will be gram equivalent of first solution? 4. Second solution? 1. 4 plus 1? 5. Final value will be equal to volume is 10. That's why you can calculate normality of the solution. All of you understood, or should I explain this again?
Sir, can you explain?
Yes,
Explain, good.
sure. So question is कि you have 2 mole of H2SO4 and 1 mole of HNO3. Okay. You have to calculate normality of this solution. This is the question given. How to solve? First rule is both are acid, strong acid. H2SO4 is acid, HNO3 is acid. For strong acid, and if both the molecule is acid, formula is N1 N1 V1 plus N2 V2 will be equal to NV final. Okay. Normality into volume is equal to gram equivalent. So can we say gram equivalent of first plus gram equivalent of second will be equal to NV? Any doubt? How to calculate gram equivalent of H2SO4? For, formula of gram equivalent is valency factor multiplied by number of moles. This is important formula. Now look at this. What is the valency factor of H2SO4? 2. Number of mole given? 2. Total 4. 4 HNO3. What is the valency factor? 1. What is the number of mole given? 1. Total 1. So what Ge1 value? 4. What is Ge2 value? 1 is equal to normality we have to calculate. Volume is 10 liter given in the question. So what will be the normality of the solution? 5 by 10.5. Anybody have doubt?
No, sir.
Correct? Because overall it is a acid. That's why this overall normality is equal to H positive concentration. If you take strong base, normality will be equal to OH negative ion. Any doubt?
No, sir.
मृदुल समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So we are done with this. This was the first question. Second, see, in first statement you had acid. Second statement you have base. You have 4 gram of this and 0.56 gram of KH. Now it is base. Everything will be same. Final volume is also given. You can calculate normality exactly in the same way. First calculate mole. Check valency factor. All of you know how to calculate valency factor. Chandana,
Yes, sir.
Mridul,
नो सर, वैलेंसी फैक्टर का बस समझना पड़ेगा सर.
ठीक है. एसिड के लिए वैलेंसी फैक्टर होते हैं कि उस एसिड के अंदर कितने H पॉजिटिव आयन है. जैसे H2SO4 में हमने देखा कि 2O 2H पॉजिटिव आयन बन सकते हैं, तो वैलेंसी फैक्टर हमने लिखा था H2SO4 में 2। HNO3 में there was only one H positive ion, so valency factor in case of HNO3 was 1 without.
नो सर, समझ आ गई
In,
कैसे निकालना है।
in case of H3PO4 there are 3 H positive ions, so valency factor 3. In case of base, valency factor is equal to number of OH negative ion. Example, NaOH have 1 OH negative ion, valency factor 1. Magnesium hydroxide have 2 OH negative ion, valency factor 2. Correct? Third, if you don't have any acid or base, how to identify charge? Example, in zinc chloride, you don't have H positive or OH negative ion. So, what will be the valency factor? Charge. Charge is zinc have 2 positive, that's why valency factor 2. Aluminium have 3 positive charge, so valency factor 3. Correct? Gram equivalent, valency factor into moles. Done. Okay, so you can calculate what is the total number. If you have acid and base both, what you do? Because last numerical में we did both acid or both base. But here you have HNO3 as acid and NaOH as base. How to calculate normality in this case? Normality or pH. So, if you calculate in the first case, gram equivalent is equal to valency factor. In HNO3, valency factor will be 1. Correct? What is the number of moles? Number of mole, you know, I will write this thing again. We know that molarity we know that molarity M is equal to number of mole per unit volume. So, what will be the number of moles? Molarity into volume. Same thing we are doing here. Molarity 0.2, volume is 4. What will be number of mole? Correct. So, what will be gram equivalent in case of HNO3? 0.8. Second case, in NaOH valency factor is 1. What is the number of what is the molarity? 0.1. Volume 6. Multiply both of them. This is your gram equivalent. Okay. This is your gram equivalent. You know, in this case, acid is stronger than base because acid have 0.8, base have 0.6. So how to calculate normality into volume gram equivalent? Acid minus base. Acid value was 0.8, base value was 0.6, difference is 0.2. Any doubt, guys? And because acid is more, overall normality will be explained by H positive. If base is more, then normality will be explained by OH negative. Any doubt? And why we wrote 10 in the denominator, this 10? Because total volume of both the solution, combined solution is 10 liter. That's why 10. Medul, any doubt?
नो सर।
Okay. So for acid, simply add. For base, simply add. If you mix acid and base, whichever is more, that will tell you whether it will be acid or base. अगर acid ज़्यादा strong है, then overall it is acidic. If base is strong, then it will be net basic. So this
सर,
topic, हाँ,
इसमें सर फिर ये जो अगर मिक्सचर है तो इसमें उसकी क्वांटिटी पे डिपेंड करेगा या उसके नेचर पे डिपेंड करेगा कि कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड है, कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस
quantity,
है।
quantity में जैसे number of moles in case of HNO3 is 0.8 and number of mole of NaOH is 0.6, तो क्वांटिटी पे डिपेंड करेगा ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट, क्योंकि वो स्ट्रॉन्ग नेचर यहाँ से भी तो रिप्रेजेंट हो जाएगा ना, वैलेंसी फैक्टर से भी, है ना। तो ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट
यस
ओवरऑल
सर।
टेल बोथ क्वांटिटी एंड क्वालिटी एक साथ में बता देता है। दैट्स व्हाई ग्राम इक्विवेलेंट इज ए वेरी गुड क्राइटेरिया टू अंडरस्टैंड। ठीक है, अगर बेस स्ट्रॉन्ग होता तो हम इन सब में पता है क्या बोलते हैं, वट एवर वॉज योर एनवी वैल्यू, लेट्स टेक इट इज एक्स, तो नॉर्मलिटी विल बी इक्वल टू एक्स बाई वॉल्यूम, एंड दिस विल टेल यू OH नेगेटिव कंसंट्रेशन। क्यों? बिकॉज ओवरऑल इट विल बी बेसिक। In this question, overall it is acidic. Acid is strong. That's why it is given by as positive concentration. Any doubt? The buffer is done. We are left with only two topics. Both topics are very small. One is salt hydrolysis. Second is KSP, solubility product. Okay. One is salt hydrolysis and second is solubility product. दूसरों को भी संभालने क्या कर रहे हैं? अन्विता, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Barinder,
Yes, sir.
Chandana,
Yes, sir.
Nancy, Nancy, निकिता,
यस सर।
कितने चैप्टर किए
सर कर लिए मतलब कविता की है सर 5।
और टोटल कितनी है?
7 है सर।
तो अभी कंप्लीट कर दो, डाउट सेशन कंप्लीट होने से पहले।
ठीक है सर।
2:30 तक है। हाँ
ठीक
निकी,
है सर।
निकी,
Yes, sir.
ये कंप्लीट हो गया ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड पॉपुलेशन?
नहीं, थोड़ी सी रीडिंग बाकी है अभी इसकी।
ठीक है, उसके नोट्स बना के भेजना मुझे। प्राची,
यस सर।
अ,
सर आप क्वेश्चन समझा रहे थे वही समझे हैं, अप्रोच पता
ठीक
लगेगी कैसे करनी है,
ठीक
फिजिकल
है।
तो नहीं पता। यस सर।
सारा, 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 आर यू देयर? ओके, कम टू द सॉल्ट। यू
Sir,
नो, यस,
you will start teaching at 3, like other stuff.
यस,
What will we do in that class?
वी विल स्टार्ट सॉल्ट हाइड्रोलिसिस।
Okay.
सॉल्ट हाइड्रोलिसिस, देन सॉल्ट। So salt we know have two part, positive and negative. Example, if you take NaCl, NaCl is a salt that come from base NaOH and acid HCl. So we said salt positive part Na come from base, positive part from base, negative part from acid. Cl negative part come from the acid. When you do hydrolysis of salt, it is ulta of neutralization. In neutralization, what happen? Acid and base together will form salt neutralization reaction. In salt hydrolysis, salt will react with water and it will break into acid and base. Okay. You have four situations. If you break strong acid and strong base salt like NaCl, what will happen? Hydrolysis is not possible. Why hydrolysis is not possible? Because both are strong. Ion and both strong ion will not be reactive. pH will be 7, neutral, no litmus test, not acid, not base, nothing. Normal salt, like NaCl is best example. Not useful for us. Second, if you have weak base, example ammonium chloride is a weak base. In case of weak base, ammonium hydroxide, you know your cation will be more reactive. Cation will react with water, so it is cationic hydrolysis. In case of weak acid, it will be anionic hydrolysis. Correct? Because among acid and base, acid is strong. That's why overall pH will be acidic in nature and less than 7. If you take weak acid, then overall it will be basic in nature and pH will be more than 7. I am doing both together. Okay. Ionic product Kw, Ka, for acid and base, C concentration, and H is the degree of hydrolysis. H word is more important. Degree of hydrolysis. Example. You have any positive ion react with water, basically salt, and it form this. If you see your Kw will be equal to H positive and OH negative ion. This is universal. So what will happen for in this situation, KH will be equal to Kb into Kw. Why? Because you are taking for the weak base. So for weak base you take this. For salt overall this is KH. So it will be equal to this. Correct? In case of weak base, it will be KH is equal to Kw. Sorry. In case of weak acid, weak base we already have. This is weak base. In weak acid, it will be this. Done. Any doubt? For weak acid, you have Ka in denominator. For weak base, you have Kb in denominator. Correct? This is also same. If you take base react with the water, this is common. You know Kh into Kb is equal to this, or Kh is equal to this for weak base. For weak acid, correct? So in this case, you know Kh is equal to Kch square. How? Because it is almost comparable to how you did K is equal to C alpha square. Before you had alpha, now we have H. Both are almost same thing. That's why here you have Kh is equal to Ch square and your H will be equal to under root Kh upon C. Here alpha was like K upon C. Exactly everything exactly same. Right? See, K is equal to C alpha square. We had this same here. Alpha is equal to this. This time it will be equal to this. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
Anybody have doubt? See here, hydrolysis, your H value is equal to Kh upon C. In alpha, degree of dissociation it was K by C. Here K by C, but in the hydrolysis form. Everything is exactly same. Everything is exactly same. There is no difference. So Kh value for weak base is Kw by Kb. For weak, see, we got mistake. This is weak acid. For weak acid, it will be Kw by Ka. Only difference is in second situation you have Ka and first situation you have Kb. Everything else is exactly same. everything else is exactly same. Correct? How? For weak base, this was your value. For weak acid, this will be your value. Ask your question, guys, because here you have too much information. Ask about this first, then I'll move forward. Read this properly and ask, sir, ये कैसे आ गया? How we got this? Read properly. Ask your question. बिकॉज जितना भी हमने अब तक किया है वो सबका कंपाइलेशन एक ही पेज में है, तो ये ज्यादा मैसी ना बन जाए, तो इसलिए ध्यान से पढ़ो और क्वेश्चन पूछो, और अगर क्लियर हो जाए तो से कि यस सर आई अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग परफेक्टली. रीड प्रॉपरली, गो थ्रू इट, अंडरस्टैंड इट एंड टेल मी आई अंडरस्टूड प्रॉपरली और आई हैव डाउट. हम्म हम्म गाइस, समझ में आया? अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग और इज इट मैसी?
तो समझ में आया बट लाइक इट्स लाइक कंफ्यूजिंग लाइक बीच बीच में आई डोंट नो लाइक आई एम फॉरगेटिंग इट बार बार पढ़ने के बाद।
ओके, मृदुल।
सर समझ तो आ गया जैसे, बट मैंने जैसे आपको पहले बताया था, मैंने काफ़ी टाइम के बाद ये टॉपिक कर रहा हूँ जैसे सर मैं अभी, तो मुझे एक बार इसकी कुछ रिविजन्स चाहिए होंगी, उसके बाद मैं इसको कर लूँगा सर, फिर अच्छा हो जाएगा ये।
हाँ, ये कोरिलेशन समझ में आया कि कैसे अगर वीक एसिड में कैसे चीजें काम कर रही है, वीक बेस में कैसे काम कर रही है, अल्फा कैसे काम करता है, हाइड्रोलिसिस अल्फा जैसा ही है। किसका
हाँ
होगा?
ये
चंदना,
Yes, sir.
अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग?
Yes, sir. Understood.
वरिंदर, वरिंदर, प्राची,
यस सर।
ये समझ में आया सब?
यस सर, समझ में आ गया। मैंने
ठीक है,
कुछ 2-3 फॉर्मूले भी लिख लिए। यस सर।
गुड। तो
So I'll just be back in 5 minutes.
ओके अनिता, तो if you see in case of weak base and strong acid, overall pH value will be less than 7. Overall pH value will be less than 7 because strong acid have pH less than 7. That's why after 7 you have minus sign, 1 by 2 pKb, because for weak base you use pKb, for weak acid you use pKa, minus half log C. If you have weak acid and strong base, because overall it is a strong base, and you know strong base have pH value more than 7, and if it is more than 7, that's why you will see here you have plus sign, more than 7. To represent more than 7, it is plus sign. Second, if you see, because you have weak acid, that's why pKa, half pKa. For weak base you will use half pKb, correct? And like overall sign, half log C is exactly same. Everything is positive in case of base because pH is more than 7. Everything is negative in case of acid because overall pH is less than 7. Any doubt, guys? Correct. But if you compare weak base and weak acid, in case of weak base, this was the formula because overall it is acid. In case of weak acid, this will be formula because overall it is a base. So everything is exactly same. There is a different version, but everything is exactly same. Example, if you are calculating here, you, you have you have weak base and strong acid. Overall it is a acid. Acid have pH less than 7, and if pH is less than 7, then this value will be negative, half pKb minus half log C. But if you take another situation, we weak acid and strong base, net pH value will be more than 7, correct? Net pH value will be more than 7, and that's why when we calculate pH, everything will be added, but in same manner. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is I wrote for revision because you need proper revision in this case. Everything is still same. If you have weak acid and strong base, overall base is strong, pH is more than 7, base are blue in color. Because anion is strong, in case of weak acid, anion is reactive, not strong. Anion is reactive. That's why such hydrolysis is known as anionic. You can compare with the base. In case of weak acid, KH value will be Kw by Ka. In case of base, KH value will be equal to KW by KB. Correct? So if you calculate hydrolysis, it will be equal to KW by KA into C. For weak base, it will be KW by KB. Everything else is exactly same. For weak base, because acid is strong, that's why negative sign. For weak acid, net is it is base and pH is more than 7. Correct? pH is more than 7 and it is positive. Understood? pH is more than 7 and it is positive. These are the question, very basic question. This is the summary. Now guys, again read this summary and ask your question. Anything important? No. Again read this summary, because in this summary you have all the case. We did first case with weak base, we wrote this formula. We did with weak acid, everything same but plus sign. Weak acid, weak, both together, you will have both together. See, in weak acid it was positive, weak base it was negative, and we don't have concentration in case of weak acid and weak. Correct? So that's why, again, no need to teach this, it's more about the observation. Please go through it. Let me know if you have any doubt. This is done. Can you correlate, or still you face it is difficult? More than teaching, I want you to get this properly. This is summary of complete hydrolysis topic.
सर
Yes, Mridul.
सर टॉपिक फिनिश्ड हो गया है सर ये?
हाइड्रोलिसिस हो गया, बस एक छोटा सा टॉपिक बचा है, वो हम दूसरी क्लास में करेंगे। KSP,
ओके सर।
सॉल्युबिलिटी प्रोडक्ट, बस वो
यस
10
सर।
मिनट ही लगेंगे। ये पढ़ा हुआ है ना पहले?
यस सर, ये तो मुझे आता है, जैसे इसमें बेसिक बेसिक तो पता है मुझे, नॉलेज इसकी।
बस फिर इसको अभी खत्म कर लेंगे 5 मिनट।
तो
ये
फिर अभी मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ सर कि इसको अगली क्लास में करके अभी अपनी क्लास कंप्लीट कर लेता हूँ मैं।
हाँ, लेकिन ये अच्छे से हो गया ना, इसमें तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं आई।
हाँ नो सर, सारा ये समझ आ गया सर मुझे।
तो ये कंप्लीट ही कर लेते, 5 एक मिनट लगेंगे, कर तो रहेंगे, चैप्टर ही हो जाएगा। Solubility means molarity. Solubility product we use only for the salt that are very less soluble and at constant temperature. Example, if you take AgCl, you break this into Ag positive and Cl negative ion. You know for pure solid and liquid, concentration value is equal to 1. AgCl is solid, its value will be fixed. When you multiply K with AgCl, you will get one word KSP, solubility product. Solubility product. And KSP is equal to multiplication of the product. Okay. KSP is used at constant temperature, saturated solution, and sparingly soluble salt means very less soluble salt. Example, if you take calcium chloride, so write your product calcium and chloride because chlorine number is 2, that's why in power. Aluminum number 3, that's why in power. Okay. NaCl. If you want to write KSP, Na positive and Cl negative. Every salt have solubility SS, that's why it will be equal to SK. A is equal to S, B is equal to S. So A into B will be SK. AB2, this is S, this is 2S. Correct? If you multiply them, correct? Same thing. Here AB3, 3S and 1S. You can calculate this. Correct? So if you conclude all this, the trick is if you want to calculate KSP, whatever is your X raised to power X, Y raised to power Y, and solubility is equal to this. How? I will show you this. Example. In this A2B3, what is your A number? X number 2. What is your Y number? 3. We said X raised to power X. It means 2 raised to power 2. Y raised to power Y. 3 raised to power 3. Solubility. What is X value? 2 plus 3. Correct? You got answer. 2 raised to power 2, 4. 3 raised to power 3, 27. S raised to power 5. 108 S5. For all the NEET student, I taught this already, right? This is quick revision for you. Chandana, Anvita, Brinder, Prachi, right? We did this yesterday. Also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same Mridul this. If you look at this, A value is equal to 1. So X, Y value 1 raised to power 1. B value 3. So Y value 3 raised to power 3. Solubility will be addition of these two. 1 plus 3. So 3 cube 27 S4. Mridul, any doubt?
No, sir.
In AB2, what is your A value? A is only 1 square. 1 raised to power 1. B2, 2 raised to power. Solubility 1 plus 2. 2 raised to power 4. If you have AB like this, so A1, B1. So 1, 1, solubility 1 plus 1. So S square. This is one thing. Done. Last topic of this chapter is solubility. In solubility, you should know common ion effect. Whenever there will be common ion effect, solubility will decrease. You know, in common ion effect, degree of dissociation decrease, solubility decrease. Okay, solubility decrease. But KSP value remains same because KSP does not depend upon the solubility. It does not depend upon the common ion. This rule you already know. We already discussed. Endothermic temperature increase, K value increase. What is the impact of the common ion? Whenever you take common ion example, Cl here is a common ion. So Cl solubility will increase. Overall, it will decrease. If you write reaction, KSP will be multiplication of the product. Ag solubility will be S, chloride solubility this. Remember this rule. Whenever you have common ion, you know solubility decrease, S value decrease. If you take S power anything, you can neglect it because S itself is very low. S square will be very, very low. Correct? That's why actually this is equal to S square, S dash square plus S dash C. We are neglecting this. Why we neglect this? Power will be very, very less. Then if you take calcium chloride, so calcium only one molecule, that's why S dash. Chloride two molecule, that's why 2S plus C. Correct? 2S plus C because of the chlorine. So if you write KSP product, you will write this. Correct? Whenever you have S raised to power something, you neglect it. Correct? S raised to power something, you neglect. So you will neglect this, you will neglect this. Why? Power is very, very less. Like if you take 0.001, it's anything power will be negligible, right? Right? That's why
Yes, sir.
S dash will be KSP and only this thing we are considering. Then topic done. No, 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 last thing. See how in chemical equilibrium you have Kc and Qc. If Kc more, forward direction. If Kc equal to Qc, equilibrium. And if Qc more, backward direction. Almost related to this, you have this topic KSP and QSP or IP. IP means ionic product. Ionic product. How QC was at any time, same way QSP or IP at any time. Exactly like solubility product, no difference at all. Only thing is at any moment. Same like KC is only in equilibrium, QC at any moment. If KSP more, then no precipitation, it will not settle down. Equal, equilibrium. KSP less, precipitation. And chapter done. Okay, chapter done. Full chapter of ionic equilibrium is done. We did buffer solution already. Now, I want to show you this part again. I want to show you this part again. This is the last question we are doing. Then I'll stop the class. Question number 51. After reading this, you will get more clarity. Sorry, 56. So, in this question, what is given? Understand once again. Because many of you are not sure. Correct? Look at this. You have weak base with this value. In buffer solution, whenever you have weak base, how you calculate? You calculate like pKb log salt by base. This is the formula for base. Weak. X ml of this HCl and Y ml of weak base are mixed to make 100 ml of buffer. Buffer pH is this at 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius is not important. What is the value of X and Y? I will solve it here only. We have enough space. So you will be aware about what I am doing. In this case, you have HCl. HCl react with the base and OH, it will form any base chloride plus, if you do base chloride, it will be H2O, correct? This is salt. You know, this is salt, this is base. And in formula, we have salt by base. We need only these two, correct? If you have X amount of this, Y amount of this is 0, this is 0 at T times 0. At T time, it will become Y minus X and your acid will come converted to this. Right? Any doubt? Okay. Put the values of this equation. Put the values of this equation.
So I have a doubt in this
Yes. Yes,
इसी
Prachi.
क्वेश्चन। सो एक कॉन्सेप्ट में है ना, आपने जैसे y माइनस एक्स किया और फिर BCl को x बनाया, इसमें एसिड का तो है Cl माइनस और बेस का है B पॉजिटिव, ऐसे
Yes.
मतलब। तो
हाँ
उस हिसाब
बिल्कुल।
से फिर आपने अजम्पशन किया है ना कि अगर
हाँ
एसिड खत्म हो जाए तो, नहीं तो हम बेस को भी
बिल्कुल
नहीं, वो तो क्वेश्चन के अकॉर्डिंग है,
बिल्कुल।
लेकिन बेस को भी हम खत्म कर सकते हैं ना सर, ऐसे मतलब।
नहीं, बेस
तो
वीक
सेम
है
आएगा।
इसलिए वो खत्म नहीं होगा।
हाँ सर, वो तो
स्ट्रॉन्ग,
है। नहीं मतलब स्ट्रांग होता तो उल्टा कंडीशन होती, तो फिर उसमें ये
हाँ,
हो जाता।
अगर बेस हम इसमें ऐड करते तो बेस यूटिलाइज हो जाता पूरा और वीक एसिड वहां पे रह जाता। सेम सिचुएशन
अच्छा, ओके, सेम सिचुएशन, ओके सर।
है ना। अब यहाँ पे हमने बोला है लाइक वी सेड कि POH इज इक्वल टू 9, सो pH विल बी इक्वल टू 5 बिकॉज 14 minus 9 is equal to 5. POH will be 5. This is almost 5.7 log salt. Salt is X by base Y minus X. Okay. 5.7 will go to another side. It will become minus 0.7 is equal to log X by Y minus X. Correct? You know log 5 value is equal to about 0.7. Correct? It is given. See here. Given in the question. Log 5 value is equal to 0.7 approx. So tell me what will be log 1.5 value? Minus 0.7. Right? Any doubt? Mridul, Chandana, Anvita, Prachi, Vrinder.
यस
नो
सर।
सर।
No, sir.
सर मतलब
So,
डाउट।
huh? So log 5 value is equal to 0.7. Log 1 by 5 value minus 0.7. And we have minus 0.7. Can we write this will be equal to log 1 by 5 is equal to log X by Y minus X. Both side you have log. It will cancel out each other. So here you will get value 1 by 5 X minus Y minus X. अब तो निकाल लेंगे, बस वैल्यू ही पुट करनी है. And second, we said total amount of both is 100 ml. It means X plus Y total amount is 100 ml. So we have two equations, correct? From this equation it will be Y minus X is equal to 5X. Y will be equal to 6X. Right? You can put value. Example, X plus Y. What is the Y value? 6X is equal to 100. What will be X value? 100 by 7. Around 15. Around 15. Done? अब थोड़ा और अच्छे से समझ में आया, क्लैरिटी आई. अब पहले से आसान लग रहा है. मृदुल,
Yes, sir.
क्यों? Because concentration is given 0.02, 0.02. Only volume is changing. So at t time 0, volume is nothing. After some time, reactant volume will decrease, product volume will increase. And we know salt by base. And what is salt by base? This x by y minus. And minus 0.7 value, log 1 by 5. Done. Okay. तो अब इसको अच्छे से लिखना, बस ऐसे ही मुझे लगा कि और इजी वे में समझाया जा सकता है। ये थोड़ा मैसी बन गया था ये वाला पार्ट। यहाँ पे ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा था x इज इक्वल टू वाई माइनस एक्स 1/5 कैसे आया। एम आई राइट? हाउ यू गॉट x बाई वाई माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू 1/5। इसलिए इसको बस थोड़ा सा इजी कर दिया। ये मेथड भी एकदम सही था बट वो कंफ्यूजिंग था। अब थोड़ा सा आसान लग रहा है कि सॉल्ट बाई बेस was is equal to x is equal to y minus x, and second minus 0.7 is equal to log 1/5। ये दो चीजें हमें फिगर आउट की। डन। solved by base 1/5 will be equal to x y minus x, y is equal to 6x, and x value will be 100/7 because x plus y is equal to 100. That's the thing कि the more you read, more clarity you get how to solve the question. ठीक है, तो हमने चैप्टर कर लिया, बट रिमेंबर चैप्टर इज नॉट डन येट until unless you don't revise it properly. Until unless you don't revise it properly, तब तक ये चैप्टर डन नहीं हुआ. So revise the ionic equilibrium properly, solve more questions, all of you, and you will get clarity. So in evening, I will discuss questions of the ionic equilibrium in class, in NEET class. Okay? Direct question.
Sir, can you send this PDF?
Yes, I will send this PDF.
सर मुझे भी इसके नोट्स चाहिए होंगे आयनिक इक्विलिब्रियम के सर, जिसमें से आपने भी डिस्कस किया है सही, उसके साथ ये पेपर भी जो भी आप करवा रहे हो सर।
बिल्कुल, और इसके मैं अल्टीमेट शॉर्ट नोट्स भी भेजूंगा, ओनली 3 पेज में।